Hello everyone, and welcome to this video discussing domain and range, how to identify the domain and range from a graph. Okay, so identifying domain. Remember, your domain deals with the x coordinate or the first element of an ordered pair. Therefore, if you're trying to find the domain of a graph, that's represented by the length of the graph from the left to the right in regards to the x-axis. So the length of the graph from the left to right in regards to the x-axis. Therefore, your range will be represented by the height of the graph from bottom to top in regards to the y-axis. So domain, again, that's going to deal with the x-axis, and range, the y-axis. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a few examples to see how this works, and we will write our answers in interval notation. Alright, so taking a look at this first graph here, we have a line and we have a couple of endpoints. Now, the endpoint up here up at the top is solid, whereas the endpoint down here is open. So we have to keep that in mind when we're writing our answers in interval notation. This means or equal to. This just means this point is not included, so we would not have that or equal to element to it. So domain. Domain is in regards to the x-axis, how far this graph goes in relationship to the x-axis from left to right. So sometimes it helps if we have a line, we can kind of draw a little box to help us out. Alright, so if we look from left to right, this graph runs from -3 in relationship to the x-axis, from -3 all the way over to +3. And since this was a solid circle up here, we're including that -3. Therefore, our domain for this graph would be a bracket to show that we're including the -3 all the way over to +3, and then parentheses because we had an open circle here. Now the range, bottom to top. So in regards to our relationship to the y-axis, this graph goes from -3 at the bottom all the way up to +4. So the range, again, we had an open circle down here at the bottom, so parentheses -3 up to +4 bracket because we had a closed circle here. So that would be our domain and range. Now looking at this second figure here, domain, you can clearly see, runs from -2 to +2 with those points included. And then the range from -2 up to 3. And we have brackets because we're including all of those points. Okay, let's take a look at this parabola here. So domain from left to right. Now think about what this parabola is doing. This is going to continue on and on and on and on and on and on, going all the way out to the left, going all the way out to the right. So therefore, my domain for this one would be from -infinity to +infinity. And we know that we always have parentheses by those infinity symbols when we are writing in interval notation. And then the range from -3, and it keeps going up, 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 up. So it goes all the way up to infinity, in relationship to that y-axis. So keep in mind when you're dealing with domain is dealing with that x-coordinate, the first element. So if you're looking for your domain of a graph, you're looking for how far does the graph go from left to right, the length in relationship to the x-axis. And if you're looking for the range, you're looking from bottom to top in relationship to the y-axis. Okay, I hope you found this video to be helpful. Thank you.